How to stay focused when everything tries to distract you. Stoicism intro. In today's fast-paced world, distractions are everywhere. Whether it's social media, endless notifications, people demanding your attention, or your own wandering thoughts, staying focused seems like an impossible task. But what if I told you that Stoicism, the ancient philosophy of wisdom, self-control, and resilience, offers a proven framework to sharpen your focus and block out distractions? The Stoics had a lot to say about the importance of focus. Recognize that our mind is constantly being pulled in different directions by external events and internal desires. But they also taught us that we can train our minds to stay centered, remain present, and focus on what truly matters. So if you're struggling with distractions and feel like your focus is slipping away, then you're in the right place. In this video, we'll dive into how you can stay focused, grounded, and aligned with your purpose using Stoic principles. 1. Master the dichotomy of control. Focus on what you can control. One of the fundamental ideas in Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, the idea that there are things within our control and things outside of our control. According to the Stoics, we should focus all of our energy on what we can control and let go of what we can't. When it comes to focus, distractions usually arise from external circumstances that are out of our control. For example, the noise of the environment, the behavior of others, or the constant barrage of digital notifications. These things are beyond our immediate influence, and yet, we often allow them to steal our focus. The key to staying focused, then, is to identify what is within your control: your thoughts, your actions, your responses and refocus your energy on them. If your phone keeps buzzing, you can choose to turn it off or put it on silent. If your mind keeps drifting, you can bring it back to the present moment through breathing exercises or meditation. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." By focusing on what you can control, your actions, your responses, your attention, you take back the power that distractions try to steal. 2. Develop the art of saying no. Protect your focus, one of the biggest sources of distraction in our lives is the constant demand for our time and attention, whether it's colleagues, family members, or endless tasks piling up. We're often bombarded with requests that take us away from our goals. The Stoics understood that, in order to maintain focus, we need to develop the discipline to say no to things that don't align with our purpose or our highest values. This is an essential part of setting boundaries. Seneca famously said, "A man who is not master of his time is a slave to others." In other words, if we're constantly responding to every demand, we lose control of our own focus. To stay focused, practice the art of saying no. Not everything deserves your attention, and not every task is worth your energy. Start by identifying your most important goals and ask yourself, is this request, conversation, or task helping me achieve those goals? If it's not, politely decline or set boundaries. It's important to remember that saying no isn't a rejection of others. It's a way to protect your time and attention so you can give your best self to what truly matters. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, don't waste time on what doesn't matter. 3. Practice mindfulness and presence. Focus on the task at hand, one of the most powerful Stoic practices for staying focused is the ability to remain present in the moment. The Stoics understood that our minds often drift to the past or the future, and these distractions pull us away from the task at hand. But by practicing mindfulness, we can train our minds to focus on the present and eliminate unnecessary distractions. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of staying present. Confine yourself to the present. This simple but profound advice encourages us to stop worrying about what's behind us or what lies ahead, and instead focus on what we can control right now. To practice mindfulness in your daily life, start by setting aside distractions. Off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and remove anything that might pull your attention away from the task. When you feel your mind start to wander, gently bring it back to the present. By focusing on your breath or reminding yourself of the task at hand. By training your mind to stay in the present moment, you'll build the ability to stay focused, for longer periods, regardless of external distractions. For visualize obstacles, prepare for distractions before they happen. Another Stoic strategy for maintaining focus is the practice of premeditation of adversity. Technique that involves anticipating potential obstacles before they arise. The Stoics weren't naive. They knew that life would throw challenges at them often, in the form of distractions that could pull them off track. So instead of being caught off guard by distractions, they would mentally prepare themselves for these interruptions in advance, Epictetus advised. What upsets people is not things themselves, but their judgment about those things. If you anticipate distractions before they happen, you can make a conscious decision not to let them upset you or derail your focus. For example, you might expect that emails will flood your inbox during the day, or that someone will interrupt you with an urgent request. By visualizing these potential distractions beforehand, you're mentally preparing yourself to deal with them without losing focus. When a distraction does appear, acknowledge it, then return to the task you were working on. You've already prepared for this moment, so you can simply brush it off and get back to what matters. 5. Embrace the power of routine. Establish healthy habits. The Stoics valued discipline and self-control, and they knew that creating healthy routines and habits could help them stay focused. A predictable routine helps you minimize decision fatigue, reduce distractions, and give your mind space to focus on what really matters. By establishing a consistent morning routine, one that includes activities like exercise, meditation, journaling, and planning your day, you train your brain to enter focus mode automatically. When you create a routine that serves your goals, your mind knows what to expect, and this reduces the need for mental effort in staying focused. Remember, a well-structured routine creates momentum. Seneca wrote, "The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately, instead of being overwhelmed by the unknowns of the day." Build a routine that allows you to handle distractions with purpose and clarity. As you repeat these routines day after day, staying focused becomes easier because your brain knows exactly what's coming next. Conclusion. Staying focused in a world full of distractions can feel impossible, but with Stoic wisdom you can train your mind to filter out the noise and keep your attention on what truly matters. By mastering the dichotomy of control, learning the art of saying no, practicing mindfulness, visualizing potential distractions, and embracing a powerful routine, you can develop an unshakable focus. Remember, focus isn't about forcing yourself to concentrate every minute of the day. It's about creating an environment that supports your attention, preparing for distractions, and aligning your actions with your highest values. So the next time distractions come knocking, use these Stoic strategies to take control of your mind. Stay focused and pursue your goals with purpose. Stay stoic. Stay focused. Rather than reacting impulsively, silence allows time to assess the root cause of emotional disturbance. By not giving voice to rage, you avoid harming relationships and preserve your own equanimity, choosing reason over reaction. Practical tip. When you feel anger rising, pause, take deep breaths, and count slowly before responding, if at all, too. When listening matters more, too often we speak when we should listen. Stoics taught that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. The Stoic Mindset 3. When gossip tempts you, talking about absent people invites dishonesty, misjudgment, and lack of empathy. Marcus prescribes virtue above idle chatter. Whatever anyone may do or say, I am bound to be good. The Stoic Mindset. By staying silent rather than participating in gossip, you uphold integrity and avoid harming reputations, yours and others. Practical tip. When conversation turns to someone not present, redirect gently or choose silence, showing strength and restraint. 4. When words won't change the outcomes. Sometimes debates and arguments become fruitless. Opinions are hardened and no progress is made. Modern summaries note that it's wise to conserve your energy for what you can influence and accept the rest in silence. Reddit 5. When criticism is unfair, facing criticism, especially unjust criticism, is testing. Stoicism advises self-awareness over defensiveness, source explains. Silence in response isn't passive, it's purposeful and strategic. It turns a possible conflict into a demonstration of composure and philosophical dedication. Thai scribe. Your work and character speak louder than a defensive retort. Practical tip. When criticized unjustly, reflect inwardly. Review the feedback, calmly discard what's baseless and choose not to argue. 6. When experiencing loss of a person, job, or status is one of life's hardest blows. Stoics saw grief as natural, but emphasized focusing on what remains within your control. Silence allows space for reflection, acceptance, and slow healing. By acknowledging the reality and learning from it, you avoid being pulled into bitterness or regret. Practical tip: allow yourself silent moments. Journaling, meditation, quiet walks without forcing pause it.